If you want to buy cheap and reliable NBA2K20, MT, and NFL 20 MUT coins, please go to dvdj.com/NBA2K20 and use code XCAPAR to get 10% off your first purchase. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at you with a brand new video, and it's a video I've been planning on doing for a while, and it's how to complete all-time domination. Now, I came at you guys with a video on how to finish historic and normal domination, and I feel like it doesn't hold up to all-time domination, so I'm coming at you guys with this one to really explain it better. So, you can see here, I have basically finished all-time domination. I don't really feel like grinding so hard just to finish off this last all-time NBA game. I might do it soon if I just really have some free time, but the triple threat offline grind's been great. But as you can see, I know what I'm talking about. I have finished all of these games. I've done everything, and I have them all. And even through a lot of it, I was still trying to evo cards. So the first part of this is you're really going to need guards that are tall. Your starting lineup really has to be good on size. For the longest time, I think I was running a small forward that actually had good defense and was long. Oh, it was Giannis. I don't have Giannis anymore. I got rid of him. That's why I can't find him in my lineup. So now somebody like Darius Miles, I feel like would fit that pretty well. 6'9", good length, can finish inside. Basically a worse version of Giannis. So Darius Miles would be good. I had Dale Ellis in the 2. So my tip is all big, tall players in your starting lineup, and then have somebody who's a really good shooter for a very specific reason to run there. Oh, George Merson's on the back. You have to have George Merson in your lineup. If you do not have him at the center, it's over. I was running the Magic Johnson actually at center. I mean at point guard, because he has gold dimer and he works so good in this this system. But as you can see, you have to glitch him to get him. Oop. I didn't want that. So you can do it if you want to. 2K, I am not advising people to do this. I'm just saying they could do it if they want to, and it'll really help you out. My bench isn't exactly meant for it, but just get tall players. Like Magic is 6'9". Dale Ellis is only 6'7", sorry. So he's not too bad on size. He's just not good defensively. Darius Miles, 6'9". He's great defensively. Bob McAdoo is 6'9". He's really good defensively. You could even, I ran Derek Coleman for a while. Cliff Robinson is really good for it. Tom Chambers is really nice for it. You just need really good, tall, defensive power forward, and you'll be fine. And then you need George Merson. You can run other centers, like you could run Artis, but I feel like you need George Merson. He's just too good. And then you move your way into domination. I will have gameplay for the rest of the time that I talk after I show you the defensive settings that you should be throwing on. So we're gonna go into I'll get a team that I don't really need contracts for. I'll just go in with my Evo squad. So when you go into domination, we're going to pretend like we're going into all time, and I'm just going to go into a bad team like the Knicks on rookie difficulty, and I'm just going to show you the settings. It's all about switching. This system that we are going to have is all about switching and playing help defense, which is why you need to have big guards, because you're not going to want your, Allen Iverson, who's 6 foot, guarding Tim Duncan in the post. It's not going to end up well for you at all. So keep this in mind. A lot of these tips are courtesy of Sam Pham. I got a lot of this from him. But you're going to go to defensive settings, and we're going to go to tight, switch, baseline, as that's what we're going to force. We're going to go switch again on all mouse screen. Stay attached. We're not going to stay attached. We want everybody to switch. We want everybody to run around. Post 3/4 bottom, and off ball switch. We're going to switch off ball screen. We're going to switch on all. These two don't mess with. Switch rules, all, pre-rotate, no, and these you can both leave on automatic. So that's just part 1. Next, you need to hit R1 or right trigger, whatever it is on there, whatever you see right above Washington, whatever it says for you, right there, hit it. Move on to the next page, and you're going to want to adapt the off-ball pressure and on-ball pressure to whatever suits it. So for tight, these are players who can really shoot the three. Deny, players that can really shoot the three. I never go above tight. Deny, it's backdoor lobs. I had it for a while, and it was everybody got backdoor lobs. If they can shoot the 2 and the 3, you're going to want to go moderate. And if they can't really shoot the 3 ball, but they can shoot a mid-range, leave him. If they can't shoot at all, gap. So Dennis Smith Jr. can drive by us, and he can shoot the 3 a little bit, so we're going to put him on moderate. RJ Barrett, moderate. Kevin Knox, moderate. Julius Randle, can't really shoot, well, actually can't shoot the 3, I lied, he has a B, so boom. Mitchell Robinson is an example of a gap. He can't really shoot the mid-range. You can see it's a C right there, and I know he can't shoot the 3, so it's a gap. Taj Gibson, we can leave him because he can shoot the midi, but he can't shoot the 3. Bobby Portis, we can play, I think, tight on him just because he's not going to drive, but I'm going to do moderate because from my experience, moderate is better on a lot of these players. Reggie Bullock, have to play tight because he's just a 3-point specialist. Alonzo Trier, tight because he's really just a 3-point specialist. Wayne Ellington is the definition of a 3-point specialist, so you have to play him tight. Alfred Payton, we can play moderate. Damian Dotson, tight, and boom. So you're going to want to go through every team and do this, and I know it's so frustrating. That's what you have to do. And then I go into my offensive settings and I go to freelance 1 and I change it to Warriors because to me that's what works the best. And then boom, I'm done. Now if you know your teams, oh sorry, one more thing before I get to that. You're going to want to go to coach settings, go all the way down here, turn team communication to defense only, and it'll show you right above the players' heads when they're going to switch. And yeah, it just helps you know because you're going to be playing somebody. I usually would off ball on Giannis and would switch around, and if I got to the point guard, I just felt more comfortable using Giannis as a defender, which is why I was on Giannis. But if I got switched on ball, I would just play on ball and just go for some blocks and rebounds. You're going to want to run the break with this, but a tip that I forgot to mention in my last video, if you're good with your releases, go over to controller settings, shot meter, and turn that off. I usually run with it off just because if you know the releases, you're going to be fine. Now here's the section where we're getting into what you are going to do in game. So you'll see I have gameplay. I think it's from the all-time Celtics, or one of the all-time teams where I'm just really manhandling them. It's one of the harder ones. You can see it on the screen. I forget. I'll know what I'm doing post, but basically I'm running the break. If we get a defensive rebound, I change my settings to crash the glass. And I want to stay home, crash the glass, and play physical. You do that by, I think, hitting left on the D-pad or right on the D-pad. Try one of them, and then whatever pops up, you can do there and set all those on. And then you're just going to run the break if you get a rebound. If it's a rebound, you got to try your best to get out in the break, get dunks or layups off assists. That's really going to get you a lot of points because with my system, it's going to be a lot of defense with no real rebounding or finishing. Well, no real fast break opportunities, I mean. So you got to make sure if you have the opportunity, you're going to take them, because if you don't, you're going to miss that MT mark. Another thing that you'll see me do is I hit L1 when I'm walking down the court with Magic Johnson, and I hit square. I think it's X on Xbox. I could be wrong. And you call the floppy play. So floppy, basically what it does is it takes your best 3-point shooter, and they run basically through screens. The other 3 people set up screens, and the shooting guard or small forward, whoever's your good 3-point shooter, runs around these screens. Sometimes he goes down and then runs back up through the screen, and other times he goes all the way through it. I use this as a bailout option because I have Ray Allen and Dale Ellis who I run with it, and they shoot lights out off of these. It's always green lights, and it's always in. You could do this every single play if you wanted to, but it makes it really hard to get the MT mark, which is why I say you should run the break instead of just going and doing this every single time. Because if you run the break, you can get 9 to 11 MT every single time, and if you don't and only do this, you get 7. But this is a good bailout option for you to get every single time. And then just to mix it up on the defense, because sometimes, honestly, the AIs really adapt and they just cut through the screens and don't even acknowledge that they're there and guard your floppy 3. You're going to want to just run some pick and rolls. I take Magic, bring George Merson up, and call the pick and roll and just drive right in. It's super easy. You can just drive in and give it to George Merson, take a post hook, and get it in there. Easy assist. All-time domination is hard. You guys are going to have to sit down and really try to win this. It's not like previous years where you can just go through historic and all-time normal domination. You could go through, easily finish them in a few minutes, not even really pay attention. All-time domination is actually really difficult, and you're going to have to really try. If you guys have any more questions on very specific things for it, I want it to be specific so I can give you exact information, then leave it in the comment section below. I will try to get to you guys as fast as possible and explain it to you guys with whatever information I can. Yeah, just make sure best points, run the break, run the floppy play with a good shooter, and get tall players in your lineup. If you have to do the glitch, I would do it right now just to finish out all time. I had to do it, but it's all good. This is it for the video. Like the video if you guys did enjoy, and comment down below if you guys have any more questions. Subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 1.4K. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
And I got this soul.